Well, here we are. Yesterday I did the gear. I was working on the gear, and today we're gonna finish this off and build the dam. Here is the gear in its primed state right now. So I need to sand out all the imperfections and make it perfect because your gear is going to look exactly like your buck. I wish the hell I could make them as light as this. This is probably only half an ounce, but that's that's not a reality. So got to sand on this and then prime it again. So any questions on this type stuff? I think Steve's going to come over today. I'm not sure. We'll work on his airplane some. Now this is a different type of gear than a flat plate gear. This is an airfoil gear, so I want to put out the best product I can. And when you buy one of these gears, you wonder why is it $50? Well, all this has to be factored in. How much time it took to make the mold, how much it cost to buy the molding material, how much it cost to buy the toe, the resin. Just this mold would probably cost me $300. I gotta buy another gallon of casting resin. Hey, Tony. I'm just using Harbor Freight primer here. So I'm going to sand this and make it perfect. Paint it with some black paint so I can make sure that it is perfect. Then we'll wax it. Then I'll build the dam. So that is the program for today. Yeah, I mean, people whine when stuff costs so much. I mean, $100 for a tank. Shit, there's more involved in that tank than anything. But I figured I'd make these landing gears because every airplane needs a landing gear. Then I made some flat plate landing gear, and they just weren't that attractive. They didn't look great. Same amount of work in it, but different process. So if you're going to make these yourself, just remember that your finished part, will look exactly the same as your mold, your buck. So ever how good you want the finished piece to be is how good you need to make your buck, your plug. And it's a lot of work. Now, the nice thing about me, I hate to boast or whatever, but the nice thing about me making these is this is something that I would use. So I want it light, I want it nice looking. Whereas you get the Chinese stuff, they're not control liners. They don't care what it looks like. They don't care how much it weighs. They just want your money. I might have to, I have to cut some phenolics, so I might have to take a break. But what I'll do instead of ending the show is I'll just put it on an intermission and go out to the garage and cut those pieces when I need to. It'll be 5 minutes or 10 minutes. That way you don't lose your spot. But that, I guess maybe not, because I'm still waiting on the clay. The clay won't get here till today, so that I can clay this up. These are going to be nice. Yeah, I got airplanes to test it on, but trust me, this will work perfect. Now, if I could make this setup lighter than 3 ounces, I'll go to this on all my airplanes. Landing gear, wheels, the whole landing gear setup on normally weighs 3 ounces. So if I can make this 2.5 with wheels and gear, that's a half-ounce savings. It'd be worth it. Okay, I wonder if I should spray a coat of black on this, or another coat of primer. I guess we can use that etching primer to crest and see how it. This is filler primer here. Doesn't sand real good. I'll give you a close up, please. It's all balsa wood. I'll sand it down to 600. See if I get it. I mean, you could pull a mold off this already, but any imperfection in this would show in the mold. And we want perfect. We want perfect. I don't have any holes, so that's good. You guys saw it live here, what it takes to make these gear. The engineering behind it. Now the width of all this stuff is all by experience. You know, you can make them anything you want, but okay, let's get another coat of primer on it. It'll dry fast. We'll see where we got the boogers. If we're going to prime and sand until they're absolutely perfect. Look like glass when I get done with them. So let's do this. Let's back this up a little bit. Couldn't say whether it's sandable or not. I'll use this stuff here, even though the nozzle's screwed up. Let's see, next week I'm going to do a headliner in my car. I'm going to do a video on how to install a headliner to look like factory. I know it's not model airplanes, but this is the kind of stuff that you learn from doing model airplanes. So in case you want to replace your headliner in your car, you can do it and it looks like factory. And that's a big job. Now I'm not going to show taking it out and putting it in. I'm just going to show installing the fabric on the board. Yeah, I see a spot there. It needs work. I'll let this side dry for a second and I'll turn it around and do the other side. But you can see, as soon as I get the black paint on it, it'll be perfect. Hope I got enough black paint. I do. This is a Duplicolor Perfect Match. It's lacquer, so it'll dry fast. Now this is a 60 size gear. I'm not going to build any 40 size gear. Just I'm only building stuff that I can use, and if somebody else can use it, fine. Not of this gear. I do have profile gear right here. I'm not going to go through this. I'll make flat plate. These are profile gear right here. They got a trough there. Stiffen them up. They're flat plate. This is the mount here. The toe goes up and over the top and down. I'll clamp it here, and then when you're done, when the resin sets, you cut them in half and file them. I won't make many of those though. That'll be on an as ordered basis. I'm not gonna make up a bunch to sell. You can order them, but I'm not gonna make them to sell. Have them on hand. I'll have these babies though. Just I'm drying off the primer. Got a pinhole right there. Got to get that. There's a piece of grain showing right there. We might have to acro green it a little bit right here. Trust me, they're going to be a nice set of gear. And it's going to be a compression mold. It's going to have no extra resin in it. What I thought about doing, I got that carbon weave. A toe gear doesn't look that nice. It just doesn't have that nice mesh in it. So I figured that I would make these with 3/4 ounce glass cloth on the inside of the mold, then the carbon weave, and then toe. So the toe is hidden. And it'll be a nice slick carbon looking, like my tanks are, There's a spot right there. Let's see a spot. You be careful of fingerprints. Don't want fingerprints in my gear. I think we need a new piece of sandpaper. She got clogged up. Ah, shoot, I broke it. Pushed too hard. Okay, CA, where are you? No big deal. Except it's a big deal when the CA won't come out. Dang. Set this down gentle like. Okay, I need a knife. Open this up. Bitch. That might set me back a little bit. Damn. There we go. All right, now I just got to sand out all the boogers. Isn't that a bummer? Screwed it up. Have to work on this corner now. Shit. Try to be careful of that other corner. Pushing too hard. Too excited. Of course, I had that happen with these little legs yesterday. Don't get excited. It's only wood. Okay. Didn't dry off. Have to go to 180. Get that CA off. That's not good. That's not good. Okay, that got that. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Can hardly tell. I have to put some acro green on it and re-prime it. It'll be fine. Okay. A little setback. You know what? I get, I don't understand. The stuff I'm doing here is really important. I only got 3 watchers. If I was doing something like putting a wing together, which is absolutely easy, I get 25 watchers. What's the deal? I mean, this is teaching a skill you can't acquire anywhere. I know I'm boring, but there's going to come a time when you're going to have to make everything because there ain't going to be nothing manufactured the way this country's going. Okay, let's see if we did a good job sanding it. Got to disappear. It has to completely disappear. That inside corner there may be a problem. Nothing for a stepper. If I was doing stupid shit, we'd have 10 million viewers. Okay, let's hit it with primer and see if it disappeared. For those just joining, I broke this leg off and re-glued it. And if you can see it or feel it, you'll see it in the finished product. Yeah, it looks pretty good now. I'll have to sand it again and take a couple coats. Right there is where I broke it off. But the primer's on there pretty thick, so we'll let her dry for a second, sand it again, and hit it with primer again. And the real test is when it gets painted black, because black will show every imperfection. I might go as far as to clear it too. Clear and polish it. Because the better the plug looks, the better the part's going to look. Well, let's see here. Oh, to give you another little secret, when you're gluing two pieces of wood together and you're using white glue and you spread the white glue thin out all over the thing and you put it together and you notice they slide, sprinkle a little salt on it. keep them from sliding. The church bells are ringing. I don't know why they'd be ringing on Saturday, but almost ready to sand. It'll take 2 sand outs on that. Then I'll paint it black. And once I paint it black, you'll get to see exactly what the gear will look like. While we're waiting on that side to dry, let's sand this side. I wonder if I got any 600. What did I do with it? Here's some paper right here. That's the decal paper. Yeah, as a modeler, if you're a real modeler, there's a lot of skills that you'll acquire. Computer skills, be dexterous with your hands. I don't see no 600, so I might have some 1200 here. 1,000. I'm about to go to the store and get some more paper. I've sanded just about back down to the super fill that I had on it. I don't know, you guys. I don't know whether. Yeah, I think I didn't have it. I had it in super fill, so it was glued together, sanded, Z-epoxied, super filled. Now we're priming it, and then we'll paint it. It's got to be finished perfect, and not have any thumbprints in it. And once you're done with this, you can just throw it away or whatever. It's useless. But you'll have the first pull off the mold. That'll be the proof. So to speak. Anybody would like to come in for show and tell, let me know. I'll let you come on. All you got to do is have a camera. Nothing to download. Just click a link and come on in. I'd like to do a show and tell like Little History does. Show me what you're working on today. This side's ready. Just need this side. Try not to break it again. Try not to break it again. 3D printer. Yeah, it would work, except 3D printer has little lines in it, and all that would transfer to the finished part. You'd have to print it and then finish it the same way we're doing here. And my theory behind 3D printers, and I don't have enough life left in me to learn all these programs and be proficient at it. If I would have grown up with it, it would have been different. But I taught myself computers 1999 because Harley Davidson went to digital technician, and that's the only reason, or I wouldn't even bother with computers. And to be honest with you, I like my old flip phone cell phone too, better than this smartphone crap, because I could take my phone and throw it across the shop and it'd bounce off the floor and it'd continue to work. Now you drop one 3 feet through trash. They went from analog to digital so they could track all of this. I'm thinking about cutting the cord and just forget it. You won't be able, if you want me, you'll have to call me at home, because I don't like the thought of being tracked. And trust me, they're tracking you. You may not think so, but they are. How you can tell that is when you go to Walmart or any other store, you're walking down the aisle and your phone goes off with an ad for a product that's in that aisle. How do you think it got there? Or let's say you're talking about cat litter with your spouse, and then all of a sudden you got an ad on your phone for cat litter. They're listening to you. Is that paranoid? Maybe. Is it true? Yes. Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they ain't listening or ain't tracking you. Same with your computer. They're listening to your everything, even when the thing's off. I don't know how that works, but they do. You get ads for all kind of stupid shit that you've been talking about in the room. You know, it starts out innocuous. Well, it's only an ad. Yeah, but just like Facebook. Facebook, you are the product. That's why it's free. You are the product. They're selling your information. If you don't think it's a government operation, I want you to look up LifeLog, the date of its inception, the date of its disillusionment, and the date of Facebook's start. They're all the same. It's a DARPA project. You don't think Zuckerberg's that smart to become a gazillionaire all on his own, do you? And what does he know that we don't? He's building bunkers in Hawaii, underground bunkers. Okay, we got this almost back to reality. One more coat of primer. I was born at night, but not last night. Stupid. Oh, that's 180. Where is it? Oh, 320. Okay, let's try not to break this thing again. Should be one more coat of primer and then the black. Stand out and then the black. Yeah, there's a little dimple there, and I get out of it. Both sides. Fingerprint. Yeah, this is the side that I broke off. There's a little spot there and a little spot there. And those little spots will show up in the finished product. So I got to get them out. Everybody likes perfect, including me. This side's real nice. Real nice. Just gotta get that spot there. And that spot there. Oh, there's a little spot here too. There's a little spot. I'm sure when I get the black on there, the more spots will show up. But the black is hard and this is soft. And we'll put some clear on this puppy too today. If you got something you'd like to show everybody, I'll drop a link in the chat box there. You can come on in. Let me do that now so I don't have to think about it. So we want to invite, copy, and paste. Paste. And go. I'm going to come in and join me. Click on that link, have your camera running, and show me what you're building. Something to talk about besides looking at me sand. Okay, is this dry enough yet? Cold still. Don't know. No. Sand light. No, come on, hurry up and dry. Yeah. The fingerprint. Yeah, shoot. Maybe we won't stay on too long. This is what I'm working on today, though. I'm going to get this gear set up to mold. Go out in the garage to get my. What I have to do is I'm going to cut this phenolic. Let's see, that's 1/8 inch. We don't need that. I'm going to cut this phenolic into strips like this on my table saw. And then we have to dam this up. We have to build a box, so to speak, to encase the mold. So it'll go around this way. And then we're going to pour casting resin inside this. And when that's dry, we'll pop those sides off and I'll pour casting resin on top of this, on this side. So the two-piece mold will go together and force all the resin out of it. Now, I gotta order another gallon of casting resin. I think I only have enough to make the inside part left. I mean, I know I don't have enough to do the outside. So there's another $100. But I only have to sell 2 landing gear to recoup my funds on that. Well, not really, because the creel of toe. This is a creel of toe. I don't know what that costs for a couple, $100 or so. I have no idea. And they want you to buy a truckload of this stuff. So if you're going to get off into making this stuff, be ready to spend some money on material. I ain't getting rich at this, that's for sure. Come on. There we go. Resin Services. I'll show everything and the part numbers when I get to it. It's still not dry. Okay, let's put a little more primer right in these spots. I don't know about great. I'm there. Yeah, a little spot yet. Shoot. Damn. Little dimple there too still. Yeah. I might have to aqua green it. That's the repair job that I'm working on right now, getting it perfect. Because if it ain't perfect in primer, guaranteed when you shoot the black on it, it'll jump out like a sore thumb. For you guys just joining, there's a link in here to StreamYard. If you got something you want to show me, click on that, have your camera ready, come on in. Nothing to download, just it'll open up in your browser. Come on. I think we might just go ahead and shoot a coat of black on it and fix the boogers that jump out. There's one right there. Still too wet. Maybe Dan will join us today. He's the guy that knows about this stuff. He wanted me to make this out of carbon fiber. Well, shit, that would take twice as long as making it out of wood. Damn, put a fingerprint in it. Shit. My theory, like CAD drawing. I can sit down at a drafting table and draw a set of plans 1,000 times faster than a guy on CAD can do it. You know, just bing, 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 and then fill in the numbers. No big deal. Just like with wood, I can build it faster than I can draw it. So, you know, if you saw yesterday when I made this, I didn't draw nothing. I just built it. You don't think a framer that frames your house goes to architectural school, do you? He just goes, yep, that's how long it's got to be, and nail it together. That looks about right. Yeah, that was shoot. I got that fingerprint in there. I'm gonna get sanded down to the wood. Trying to rush this for the show. Because you really should set it down and let it wait for half an hour. Still feel it. I'll see it. Shit. We'll acro green it. Acro green. I'm going to have to do that to this spot here too. Breaking that was a setback. I'd be done by now. If I had DC 540, I'd be done too. That shit dries fast. This stuff here, this is Harbor Freight Iron Armor crap. It's junk. I mean, it'll get this job done, but it's junk. It's junk. Let's try some of this stuff here. See what happens. This is better stuff. It's $15 a can instead of $3 a can. Ooh, can smell that xylene. Love it. Oh yeah, much more better. That's the difference. It's dry, almost dry already. Oh yeah, that looks good. That side, anyway. Now this is my color too, gray. I'm a painter of gray. taught by the United States government. That looks pretty good. Well, give it a second to dry here, and then I'll switch to holding that leg and get this leg in this crest, and then we'll shoot it black. There's a spot right there I need to get. Because you know that black is really going to make the make the booger stick out. Let me get water here. Well, these cords are going to kill me. Gonna have to get some more water today. Go to Waldo. We might test run that motor today too out in the yard. I'll show that. I should have known better than to take it to the field without test running it. That is so aggravating to get out the field and flip, 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 flip. No go. It's a bitch. Makes you look like a doofus. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. It'll look fine in black on that side. Just got a spot there, spot there. Yeah, this is cold still. You can tell that the paint is not dry when it's cold. You know, they were dope thinner is $55 a gallon. The Randolph thinner, and them guys were talking on the thread thinner on Stun Hanger about using Clean Strip as a thinner. Well, Clean Strip is not a big deal if you're going to use urethane, like Matt Colon said, because if it blushes, the urethane will pop it right out. It doesn't matter. But if you're going to use dope, I'm going to try this as an experiment. That's my job, is to try shit so you don't have to. I'm going to try some Clean Strip with a bunch of retarder in it to see if I can get it not to blush. So that we can use $20 a gallon thinner. Of course, you're going to have a $30 gallon of retarder. You know, mix retarder and Clean Strip together to make it. It's just easier. I mean, it's better, more peace of mind to use use the Randolph thinner, even though it's expensive. You know it's going to work. It's still cold. This is warm over here. None of them chemist guys go to school to learn all that shit. I don't have the time to learn that crap too, but I do experiment. I think we'll get this in black. And instead of holding the stream open, I'll end the stream, go out in the garage and cut this up into 2-inch strips or whatever I gotta have. I think it's 1.5 inches. Let me see here. We're gonna have a 1/4 inch on each side. This is inch. I need 1 5/8 inches wide. And we'll make the backer for the mold on the next stream. This stream will be just getting this ready. I think Steve will probably call about 10:30. We'll come back on with Steve and show you his progress. He got superfill on his ball link, and it locked up the controls, which I knew it would. You got to be so careful with all this stuff. So we got a gear like that, and let's see if I have another gear over here that's a grass gear. This is a grass gear. If you look, it mounts to the same spot, but it moves the gear ahead. We might make some of these too. Maybe. They're pretty stiff. Pretty stiff. It's almost dry. Almost dry. Putting another fingerprint on this side, trying to rush it. Aggravating. I missed my DC 540. Shit, I'd be finished with this puppy right now. At least I got this thing repaired. You can't tell where I broke it. I knew I could do it. It's just a bummer. Take time. Okay. Stand up and over this. The modeling is not just about building airplanes. It's about everything. Can you make everything? If I had a machine shop, I could build the engine. I don't have a machine shop. Stay here. Well, if you're spraying dope, 40% is probably the upper limit. unless you got retarder, and then we watched Bob Brookins spray in the rain. So that's 100% humidity, but man, he must have had some retarder in that dope. See, I don't think it's, let me reiterate that statement. I don't think it's so much the humidity, because we paint in the winter, in the snow. I think that the problem lies in the difference in temperature and humidity. So if the humidity is high, let's say it's 50%, and it's 100 degrees out, that's 50 points. But if the humidity is 100% and the temperature is 30 degrees, that's 70 points in the other direction, and it doesn't seem to affect it. So what the blush is that the top of the dope skins over before the moisture evaporates. And the retarder slows down the drying time at the top of the dope and allows the moisture to evaporate. So I'm no chemist, but I think that it lies in the difference between temperature and humidity. So if you got 50% humidity day and it's 50 degrees out, I think it would work, because that would be 0. If that makes, I'll have to look into it. I'll have to see if somebody smarter than me, which is a whole lot of people, know if that's correct. But I think that's what it is. Ask your paint store. You know, somebody, not a house paint store, automotive paint store. Of course, they won't know any either, because nobody's spraying lacquer anymore. Ask a cabinet shop that sprays lacquer. They would know. I know who I can ask. I'll ask Scott Wick. He's a piano finisher from Wick's Aircraft, and he'll know, because he sprays in that building. Because our best paint jobs when I was in Ohio came when it was snowing and 20 degrees outside. And that's 100% humidity. But the difference is only, once in a while we would get a little blush, and I think that came from the salamander heater, because we'd heat up the garage, try to stay warm. But Bob Brookins did a seminar in the rain, painting dope at Brodax, and it didn't blush in the rain. But it wasn't that hot that day. Okay, let's hit this side with a little crest, and then we'll spray the black. Get this off here first. Get that fingerprint out of there. Yeah, if it's got it there, it just got it there. There it is, got it. There's a little spot here. Yeah, this is going to be a nice gear here. Nice gear. Okay, the next round is black. We'll do some black next. Should be a couple of minutes. I got a little spot there, little spot. It drives you nuts, all the spots. But the top side look good, so we'll get the black on it, and then I'll acro green it if necessary. Fix them little spots. There's really no place to set this until it dries. Not if you want perfect. And we like perfect. Fortunately, the primers with xylene in it dry pretty quick. This crappy primer here from Harbor Freight, does it contain xylene? Let's see. It causes cancer, so that's good. Let's see. This product can expose chemicals, which can benzene. Yeah, there's no xylene in it, it's just benzene. I'll tell you what, that Epon 862 made my eyelashes fall out. So that wasn't good. I'm sure I'll be okay, but it's annoying. Danny said it burns that it burns the skin. Probably what happened. But will that stop me? I don't think so. I don't think so. Actually, it don't look bad. It don't look bad. We'll go ahead and shoot the black on it. I'm not even going to worry about it. We'll just shoot the black and worry about the little zits after the black, and I'll come back and fix each one of those. Still cool to the touch. Means that it's evaporating. Yeah, bitch. I might hit that spot. A little sandpaper before I shoot the black. A little spot there. Gonna be nice. This is silver. We don't want silver. I mean, silver would work, but let's see if we got a different color. Oh, I got silver. Well, I guess I could paint it with dope. Let's do some dope. Now we're going to use a spray can, but looks like we're going to use dope. And I want it black so I can see. You know, I got this silver here. Silver's no good. So we're going to use black. Black, black, black. Dope. Well, I'm gonna have to run the compressor. I hope not. Maybe. Nope. Nope. I'm fine. Get rid of this. Phew. That should be enough. Yeah, we'll go ahead and fill it. Now, faux show. Hang on a second, guys. I'll be right. Okay, here we go. Let's let her rip tater chip. Damn it. I wish they could make a bottle of hose that stayed on or that didn't melt. I use fuel line tubing because all them hoses melt. And the fuel line doesn't shrink in the thinner. It expands, gets loose like a noodle. Just fell off there. About ready to make a bottle with a solid brass tube on it or something. Can't keep it on. Get on there. Yeah, I got my rubber mat on the floor here. That's a good thing. Okey-dokey. spot. It's not like a sore thumb. We'll have to give it some time to dry out and sand it out. Uh-huh. We're going to clear and polish this too. And then wax it. Okay, so wait till I can swap in so I can paint this leg. So by looking at this, there's a spot right there. Right there. I mean, it's just a pinhead spot. There's a spot right there needs fixed. Let me get some paint on it to make sure. Spot right there. All in all, this is coming out really good. But you guys get to see it from concept to finished product. And whatever this looks like is what your finished part's going to look like. Let's do this. Set it down. Little spot there. I mean, getting pretty critical. I mean, I'd like it to be perfect though. This one here, this gear came from Bali, and it's not perfect by no means. By no means perfect. It'll be a minute here before I can touch this. It's on pretty thin. Airbrushed. It burns. Any questions? Any comments? Any concerns? I mean, help me out, guys. We've been on over an hour. Nobody to talk to. I guess Steve ain't coming today. I haven't got a text from him. He wants to tie up my afternoon all the time. If he'd get here at 9 o'clock, it'd be a whole lot better. You guys want to see me do that headliner in my car? That'll be a couple-hour program. Bring up the sawhorses, set them in there, turn the headliner upside down, and take a buffer and buff all that shit off. I gotta steam out the material, spray on the foam, lay it down, stretch it, steam it, pull it so it looks perfect. Won't be dry yet. Dry. Not the quite. Today is not a good day to paint. We're talking let's see what the temperature and humidity is. I have no retarder in this black. See how dull it is? It blushed. Of course, it doesn't matter. Turn flat. Let's see what temperature and humidity is today. Let me go on aviation weather and see. And that'll kind of prove my theory. Imported aviation weather. The weather today, right now, is 55 degrees. Humidity. Hour, date, clearance, temp. Come on, where dew point? 25. So it's 25 points difference. That's dew point. No, it's 33 degrees spread. So I think that is the correct analogy. The dew point is 25. The temp dew point spread is 33. The relative humidity is 27. But the spread is, see, a better time to paint would be, see, 4 o'clock a.m. in the morning, because the dew point spread is only 12, 14, actually 13 on this line. At 7 p.m. tomorrow, or 7 a.m. tomorrow, the spread is 13. But when you start getting up in the spread of the 30s, the 40s, the best time would be Sunday at 7 o'clock in the morning around here. I think that's the trick. The spread is what gets you. I'll have to keep a better eye on that. Okay. Okay, let's put a little paint on this side. I really can't touch it yet. Really can't touch it yet. And there's Steve. Yeah, that's Steve. Wish you'd be here at 11 instead of 11:30, 12 o'clock. Wish you'd be here at 9. Really. A little lump bump right there. Say that. Okay. Okay, that's one. The better you make this piece, the better your final part's going to be. Nice. Real nice. This is the side that I cracked. Steve will be here half an hour. We can see what he's doing. We'll watch him for a while. Because this is my project for today. I'm making this year. Probably won't pull a part off the mold till next week. I mean, I know for sure it won't pull it because I don't have the stuff. So it'll take a day or so for it to get here. I put another damn fingerprint in it. Shit. I just have to set this down out in the sun and let it dry for an hour or two. You need to make some paint that goes on and dries instantly. Yeah. Okay. There's a little spot right there. You guys wanted to hang out with me, so I hope you're bored to death. Shit. How about this spot here, though? You go to Waldo. Now this right here, this leg is new, perfect, man. Yeah, it's real good. The one I didn't break. So I'm just gonna have to keep tinkering with it. That was perfect. We're gonna use dope from here on out. Hell with that primer. Get some clear on it. That's hard. Clear is hard. Harder. You get that out. Well, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end the stream. Steve is gonna be over in a little bit. We'll come back when he's on and we'll watch him tinker. Because obviously this stream ain't working. 6 viewers, no super chats, no. Just bad on the metrics. They want to see big numbers. I want to see big numbers. Hey, Steve. Morning. Saturday at John's was a good series. People seem to enjoy that quite a bit. Yeah, we almost got it perfect now. He's almost perfect. The spot right there. This here is a landing gear you wouldn't want to use. I don't think you'd get off the ground with it. But it will make a nice carbon gear. Okay, another coat of black. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. This is where it's at. Sandpaper. I know you don't believe it. And this side is nice. It's super nice. Yep, got a little spot right there. Okay. I won't get my clay till today anyway, so. Okay, painter. Shoot. Be very careful not to break your mold, because that has become a sore spot now. I'll get it, but it's just over and over and over again. Windy coat. I think that's going to do it for this video, and I'll set this out in the sun to dry so I can wet sand it. Let me get where my thumb was. And we'll shoot clear on it and polish it. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. This is fine. This is perfect. I just got rambunctious with sanding and broke it. Shoot. A little spot right there and a little spot right there, but it's on the underside, but it don't matter. I want it, when I hand this to somebody, I want it to be perfect. So they ain't go, hey, what are you going to do about that? Do a damn thing about it, because it ain't there. It looks good. This is going to be a good set of gear. Good, whatever you call it, pair set. We'll get her all polished up. I got to go out in the garage and make my backers with this phenolic. I got to bring in that Lexan too, for the mold sides. Shoot, I can't set it down. Steve's got his airplane together. Well, you'll get to see that later on this afternoon. It's in one piece. Just needs a lot of doctoring now. A lot of doctoring. I'm going to have to help him with that. He ain't got the skills for that. It'll be fine. I think tomorrow I'm going to go shooting. I think. We'll see what Dog says. Practice up for the incoming invasion. It's ridiculous. Yep, that's what it is. It's that spread. There's a 33-point spread between humidity and temperature. That's where it's at. I'm gonna do some research online to make sure that's what I'm talking about. You know, the Navy never taught me about this because we used epoxy, and it didn't matter. You could spray paint in the water, and shit coming over the side don't matter. Of course, we did have cases of lacquer paint, black lacquer, touch-up, gray, as a matter of fact, too, touch-up stuff. But all those airplanes are painted with epoxy, white on the bottom, gray on the top. And all the trim colors are epoxy, the blues and the reds. And don't ask me what kind of epoxy, because it came in a white can with a mil-spec number on it. I have no idea what it was. Could have been radioactive as far as I know. I'll get some clear in that gun next. Actually, this ain't too bad. As is, get some clear on it and get it polished up. Somebody come over and go, ooh, that's a nice gear. Look how light it is. Yeah, it won't work. I wonder what that weighs. It don't weigh shit. Paint weighs more than the wood. It weighs 8 grams. 8 grams. Now, if I could just get a finished product that light, that'd be great. That ain't. That'd be great. That ain't. I don't really have any good sandpaper up here. Here we go. 1,500. That'll work. should be smooth as a baby's butt now. Don't put no fingerprints in it. Dumbass. $8 grams, quarter ounce. I'd like to get that spot out. Yeah. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, we got all the imperfections out of this. You could tinker with this until it was absolutely perfect, but we'll get it close enough. My close enough is perfect for most. Give her another coat. And this side came out so nice. So nice. So nice. And this will be polished to look like an airplane, you know, finished airplane. Polished and waxed. I can't put it in my mold that I need to make it till I get the clay. Let's see, how's that? Yeah, I gotta have it clayed down. Got to have her clayed down. You know, I've done everything airplane, so I might as well do some of this other stuff for you guys. Let's see, we'll do this leg here. That's close. That's gonna do it. I'll get some clear on this. Get some clear on it, polish it out. I think that's going to do it. I'm going to have to hold this till it dries now again. Let's see how long we've been on. 2 hours and 15 minutes. I think that's plenty. All right, I'm going to go out in the garage and cut my phenolic to get ready to make this parting board. And when Steve gets over, I'll come back on. You can look at him fumble around or whatever he's doing. All right, I appreciate you guys watching. I know it's boring. Like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you after a bit. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.